Hey Deckers, if you're looking to play Mortal Kombat 1 on the Steam Deck, well, I have some good news and some bad news. For the most part, if you are going to be playing Campaign, this runs absolutely fantastically and you're going to have a real good time enjoying the show. Especially during the battles, it is fairly playable with the settings that we're going to provide you. As you can see, it sticks up in the 50s quite regularly, although it does have some hefty dips here and there. It is playable through the combat in a lot of the sections, despite some dodgy graphics here and there. Now it is worth noting that the first time I run this, and same with quite a few others, it does just stick on a black screen for a long time. You have to restart it and then it actually starts up. Then after that you will sit on a shader building screen for a good 5 to 10 minutes depending on where you have installed this. It's also worth noting that I am running this on the SD card, so you should get slightly better performance on the SSD, although I doubt it will be much. This does work with the standard Proton, but I did also run this with GE Proton 814 to try and get a bit more performance out of it, although it didn't make any difference at all. I did sit and wait for all of the shaders to complete though, as I do feel like this will always give a better experience on the deck, as well as the shader pre-caching as well. Through all of the campaign matches, it is quite smooth, but they are quite easy matches to be honest, even if you have medium to high difficulty. And the cutscenes are pretty much just movie scenes. I'm pretty sure they're all pre-rendered, so they all run at a perfect 60 frames per second and have fantastic looking graphics. As essentially it's just playing a video, so you really would hope that it's pretty good. But the transitions are also fairly well done until you get the huge load stutter. So there's definitely a interesting transition between the two, but as soon as that cutscene kicks in, it is all clear and perfect. There is a lot of cutscenes during the campaign, so you will be watching the Steam Deck rather than playing matches a lot of the time, but it is still engaging. And the new invasion mode is a little bit questionable on the graphics on the overview. And again, going into the fights, it is much more playable than some of the other areas. It's not quite as well optimized as the main campaign, but the battles are also quite short. But as we do some of the fatalities and some of the other moves, we do dip right back down into the 30 range, and it can be a little bit jarring. But for the most part on the Steam Deck screen, it does look pretty good with these settings. On the settings front, we are running the low preset with FSR2 on balanced. And I did also increase the subtitle size a little bit just to make it a little bit easier on the eyes, but you can't increase the UI size. With the campaign, you probably get away with FSR2 on quality, but in the other matches, not so much. As you saw, hefty dips there in the invasion. But when we go into the multiplayer modes, this is where the frames per second really tank. And especially if you are playing online, you can see I'm getting absolutely owned here by Scorpion. This was a ranked match just to see how well it performed, and it's dipping quite regularly into the 40s and 30s range. So you're going to be at quite a disadvantage when trying to pull off some of those moves. And you're going to have to know your characters inside out, because these players online are not going to let you get a move in edgeways. Moving to more the casual style and also the local multiplayer, I did find the performance the same on both local multiplayer and also the online casual multiplayer. It really takes a huge hit on the frames per second here, very regularly into the 30s, lots of stutter, and it's really not a great experience. If you're looking to play this 2-player, it's not going to be a fantastic experience on the Steam Deck at all. I really hope that they do some optimization on this before the main release, because on lower end PCs and especially the Steam Deck, it really does not perform well. And before somebody comes around and says, well, run it on the ROG Ally then, well, I did, and believe it or not, it's actually worse on the Ally than it is on the Steam Deck. So definitely some optimization needed in this game, but if you're just going to be playing the campaign and invasion modes as well as the tower mode, then you are going to be able to have a pretty good time on this, but maybe wait for the full release. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to be diving into Mortal Kombat 1 or whether you'll just go back to Mortal Kombat 11. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.